Jenny, Michael is over at my house right now. Good evening, Linda. Is that so? I haven't heard anything about that. He's talking about you made a nasty pasta yesterday. What is he talking about? What? He said it was delicious. I think he's just trying to be nice. Are you sure you can cook? Michael said it was too nasty. He doesn't want to eat there, so he came over. I can't believe you make him eat nasty foods. I see. I could eat it just fine though. Maybe it might not have suited Michael's taste. What are you talking about? What he eats is very important, you know? Right. You're just not good at cooking. I've heard him complain about the same thing. This is the first time I've heard about this. I had no idea he felt that way. You're a housewife. You should cook to satisfy your husband. Yeah, I know. Maybe you should take a class or use an app to help you with recipes. Why don't you learn to cook on your own? Okay. Anyways, Michael said he's going to eat here. He'd rather eat the food I made. I understand. Thank you. Hey, Jenny, Michael is here again. What? Again? Well, he said you use a different laundry detergent. Huh? That's the reason he's there? That's just ridiculous. What's ridiculous about it? You know he has sensitive skin, right? I didn't know it was that bad. He said he smelled something funny when he changed his clothes and it made him nauseous. He came to tell me that he wants me to do his laundry. I would have changed the detergent if he told me. Why does he always run to you? Michael's a nice boy, so he probably couldn't tell you. He's not a child. I wouldn't force Michael to use things he doesn't like. Why did you suddenly change the laundry detergent? What? Is there a need to tell you every time? I like the smell of it, so I used it. You really are a very inconsiderate wife, aren't you? That kind of sloppiness is what sticks out at Michael. Poor Michael. Huh? Michael has always been a very sensitive boy. So whenever I changed something, I'd always check with him. Check with him? Yes, like I changed the ketchup. I changed the toilet paper to single rolls. I changed the body soap. Oh, really? Even down to such small details? Yes, I told you he is sensitive. I'm not as careless as you. Michael doesn't have to feel surprised and uncomfortable. Maybe it was you who made him develop that habit. And I'm not careless either. You have to treat him with care. I don't feel comfortable leaving him in the hands of a stranger. Don't call me a stranger. Anyway, I'll talk to Michael once he comes home. Oh, Michael says he won't go home today. What? You mean he's staying over? Yes. Wouldn't it be exhausting to be around someone as careless as you? I told you I'm not careless. I'm working full time and still doing house chores. I don't have enough time. Don't blame it on work. You yourself is the problem. If you think it's because of your job, why don't you quit? What? I can't do that. That's what it is. I hope you think about all of this for Michael's sake. Good evening, Glenda. Can I ask, is Michael there with you? Yes, he's here. He just had dinner and now he's relaxing. I see. Then I didn't have to rush home. I texted him. You did? I told him I had to work overtime and I'll be home late. I finished up as fast as I could, went grocery shopping, and when I came home, he wasn't home. It would have been nice if he had informed me in advance that he was going there. I still had some work to do. What? Are you saying it's not okay for him to be here? No, it's not that. I just came home after a long day. I just wish he had given me a heads up. What's wrong with that? It's your fault for working so late, right? That's true, but as long as I'm working, there's nothing I can do about it. I have responsibilities too. You don't really care about your husband, huh? No, it's not that. Michael works for an elite company. I don't get why do you have to work so hard? I wish you take care of Michael more. He works so hard. Huh? If you take good care of him, he wouldn't have the need to come to my house. Yes, I'm sorry. Jenny, I have to tell you something. What is it? I'm thinking of having a Christmas party at our house. Really? I feel like it's the first time since we got married. Yes, it is. You've been calling it off lately because of all the sickness going around. I see. I'm thinking of inviting my sister and her family. That would be nice. I haven't seen them in a while. I'd love to see them. So, I've been thinking of making a nice meal. Could you help me? Of course. Then can I ask you to do shopping when you come to my house? Yeah, sure. I want to get those cakes that's been going viral on social media. What? It's like $30 a piece. There will be a lot of people, so we need to buy Christmas decorations too. Come on. I want to go all out for Christmas, you know? I want my sister to try those cakes too. Well, yes, but if it's within your budget, I'll buy it for you. Please do. I really want to try it. Okay, it'll get crowded, so we'll have to get there early. Then I'll make a reservation for you. Please do. And since it's Christmas, we'll need roast chicken, right? Can you get some too? I also want to have some pasta and some salad. So can you order some of that too? That's a lot of food, isn't it? You have a car, so it should be fine. I don't think I can go to the store by myself. No problem. I'll have Michael help me. What? Michael is going to stay here the day before. Really? He said he'll come the night before so he could have some good sleep. Your son is so careless. Huh? No, never mind. But I think it's too much to do by myself. That's the least you could do. What? You always put work first. You should at least try your best for your family on Christmas, right? I don't care how much of a stranger you are. At least act like a family member. Please don't call me a stranger. I'm part of the family too. Don't get too sassy. I understand. I'll do my best to go around by myself. It will be around noon, but please wait for me. Okay, I'll wait for you. Thank you. Jenny, what are you doing? Why are you not here yet? My sisters got here before you. How long are you going to make us wait? I'm sorry. It's crowded everywhere. It's taking a while. I left first thing in the morning, though. You're totally useless. How can you say I'm useless when I'm the one who has to do all the shopping? It was a lot of work to do all this by myself. That's normal as a wife. You always act like it's someone else's problem. That's not true. I'm sure I'll get there soon. Please enjoy chatting with everyone for a while. Do you think you're the one who's in charge? You must have misunderstood something. Excuse me? It's not like you're the one in charge or anything. Why should we bend over backward for someone like you who's always just on the sidelines? Oh, excuse me. I got carried away with the Christmas spirit. I spoke a bit too assertively. I apologize. Instead of wasting time with misunderstandings, just hurry up and bring the food. You're not being helpful in times of need. It's frustrating. Glenda, you don't have to say all that. It's Christmas. Every popular restaurants are busy. I have to wait for a while. It's crowded everywhere. Geez, you're so naggy. Stop complaining and just bring us the food. I'm sorry. I'll hurry. Jenny, text me back. Why did you leave right before we were going to eat the cake? We were all looking forward to having a great Christmas party and you've just ruined it. Seriously? Do you know what you just did? What are you talking about? Stop acting like you don't know anything. What was that about? What? Are you mad about the cake? I can't give you the fancy one. If you're hungry, go eat some dog food. You know what? I bought that fancy cake, remember? I went out of my way to make the reservation and even went out there early to be in line. I was all excited, thinking everyone would be happy, but dog food? Seriously? What were you thinking? Oh, really? Be grateful you even got food. Besides, I bought everything with my own money. You have no idea how much it cost me. I haven't even got paid for it. It's unacceptable. I mean, you've been working late every day, right? You probably get paid enough, so this is nothing. Huh? It's Christmas, so stop complaining so much. Who do you think you are to even have some fancy cake? A useless wife like you, leeching off others, deserves nothing but dog food. What? You're nothing but a stranger, not even related by blood. You're no better than a dog. Are you being serious? Why would you think I'm joking? Well, if you're going to say that, then fine. I'd divorce Michael without hesitation. What? Why is divorce suddenly on the table? Don't you think you're overreacting? No, I've been thinking about it for a while. What? What's going to happen to Michael? He's mostly staying with you, right? What's the point of being married if he's never home? When I messaged him about the cake incident earlier, you know what he said? Isn't that obvious? Don't think a useless stranger like you can eat expensive cake? That's my boy. I guess he thinks of you the same way I do. I told him there's no point in being married like this anymore and suggested divorce. He told me to do whatever I want. So that means he wants a divorce too, right? I see. I guess you don't have a choice. Seems like you lack the awareness of being a proper wife, huh? Well, that's what I was hoping for, though. I see. So that's how it is. Your family is quite something. You all are terrible. I've had enough. I'm glad I could finally divorce him. Oh, aren't you straightforward? Well, say what you want. After all, you're just a stranger who will never be a part of our family, right? I'll pack my bags and leave. Sure, go ahead and do that. Don't worry about Michael. He'll be fine as long as he got me. Good. I'll send you the divorce papers. Tell Michael to sign it so we can finalize it. I'll take care of it. I'll make sure they're filed. Jenny, pick up the phone. Can you at least text me back? What is it? I'm working. Jenny, where do you live now? Why do I have to tell you? You're a stranger. You don't have to be so harsh. I have better things to do. What do you want? Wait a moment. Actually, Michael has been behind on his rent. It's for last month's rent. When I checked, it seems he won't be able to pay this month's either. I figured. I've been the one who's been paying it. Why? I thought he was the one paying for it. You're his mother and you don't know anything about it? Michael is out of work. He's been unemployed for a year already. What? Unemployed? So I've been covering not only the rent but also all the living expenses. I thought it was outrageous to kick me out. But I was fed up too, so I decided to go through with the divorce. What do you mean he's not working? He was working for an elite company, but he complained too much about how he doesn't get paid enough. He doesn't like his boss and his coworkers are useless. After all the complaining, he decided to quit without even discussing it with me. Basically, he couldn't keep up with the demands of that tough job market. Oh no! He's a hard worker. Didn't you find it strange that he was always at your house? What? Michael was hanging out there during the day every day. Normally, he would still be at work till the evening. You didn't find it strange that he would go over to your house during the day? Well, that's true. That's right. So I had to work late every day. He did some part-time jobs and went to an employment service centers, but nothing lasted. And what do you think happened next? I don't know. He said, I'm working anyway, so there's no need for him to work. I really thought he was a jerk. He's the husband and he doesn't do anything. But you would say terrible things to me. That's when I started thinking about divorcing him. Michael told me you have your own business. Is it true? Yes, it was a hobby, but then I started making money off of it, so I decided to make it a business. I didn't know that. That's why I've been working so late. I've been working so hard. And your son is always at home being lazy. Spent the whole year being a bum, just eating snacks and watch movies all day. I see. Despite that, he would go to your place and complain about me. You two are really assholes. Assholes? What a terrible thing to say. He's unemployed. There's no way he can pay the rent. Well, then pay for it. You have your own business. I'm sure you have money. Why would I do that? We are strangers, remember? I'm no better than a dog, right? That's a figure of speech. Please forget it. How can I forget? After all the horrible things he said, there's no reason for me to pay the rent anymore. You two were married, so why don't you help him out? We barely spend time together and he's always with you. Is that how a married couple should be? I'm just a stranger to him. Don't say that. Why don't you just get back together? Have you lost your mind? You can still get back together. Then you can pay for the rent. I bet Michael can't live without you. How convenient. I'm never going to get back with that bum, and I won't pay for his rent either. Why would I even do that? We're divorced. He's a stranger. I'll tell you again, you two are strangers to me. Please don't depend on me. Please, Jenny. If you're so worried, why don't you tell him to live with you? He doesn't have to stay in that apartment. You have space for him. I can't. I'm living on a pension. I can't afford to take care of him. I can't pay for the rent too. So if you get back together and pay the rent, we won't have any problems. It's fine, right? Fine? What the hell do you think I am? I told you, I'm a stranger. If you want to ask for someone's help, ask your relatives. I can't. That's too embarrassing. I think it's more embarrassing to ask a stranger like me. You're his ex-wife. I could care less. Why don't you ask your son to get a job instead? He's been unemployed and playing around for a year now. Unless you change your son, you'll have a hard time for the rest of your life. This is no longer my concern. Goodbye. Jenny, wait. Are you really not going to help us? Are you just going to give up on us like this? Absolutely. I'll be the stranger you wanted me to be. Don't ever try to reach out again. Oh no. What am I supposed to do? After that, my ex-mother-in-law had no choice but to start working part-time. However, she was disliked by everyone around her. She had a hard time keeping one job for a long time. Michael, on the other hand, being unemployed for a year made it hard for him to find a job. I heard they're always fighting each other. About me, I bought myself a small space and been trying to work hard every day. I want to work hard to create designs that satisfy my clients even more than now.
It's not fair that I'm the only one left out. You could have at least invited me to the family dinner with your fiancé. Huh? I heard rumors. You're getting married, right, sis? It seems you had a formal dinner with both of your families the other day. But you're so mean to not invite your own sister. I didn't think you were that heartless. What's with you all of a sudden? Of course I wouldn't invite my sister, whom I've already cut ties with. You still think our relationship is broken? It's just that you're ignoring me because you don't like me. You don't have to act so insidious just because I stole your ex-boyfriend. Huh? Excuse me? I was just fooling around for fun. Your asshole boyfriend was the one who took advantage of it. And you're blaming me for all of it? That's pathetic. They say women are hard on women, and they're right. What's with your smug attitude? Of course, it's my ex Matthew who's to blame, but you're just as guilty as him. It's so selfish of you to make a move on your sister's boyfriend just for fun. No wonder you got cut off from your family. What? And you didn't just steal him away. You got pregnant. I was thinking of marrying Matthew. And you didn't even apologize. You just asked me to give you a baby gift. Do you have any idea how painful it was for me at that time? What a joke! Did I say that? I don't care how many years have passed, but I will never forgive you for what you did to me. I don't want to see your face or have anything to do with you ever again. So you won't even invite me to your wedding? Marrying without introducing your own sister? That seems more absurd to me. I've already explained everything about you to him and his parents. They've accepted our situation, and I'm not going to let him see you for the rest of his life, so don't ever contact me again.
Hey, Nancy. Do you think we can start over? I still wish to marry you.
Huh? What's going on today? First Heather, and now you.
What? Heather contacted you?
Yes, just now. She said she didn't know I was getting married, and asked me to invite her to the dinner party. How can she say such things when she's been cut off from us?
What? Wait a minute, Nancy? Don't tell me you're planning to get married. You're going to become another man's wife when you have me?
Huh?
That's absolutely unacceptable. You have to start over with me. It's fate that you got in touch with me before the wedding. Nancy, you should marry me.
You've got to be kidding me. Who would ever get back together with you and get married? I mean, you have Heather and the child, don't you? How can you even think of making a pass at me?
Listen to me, Nancy. The truth is, she and I never had a child. It was all Heather's bluff. She set me up. I took the blame for the pregnancy and broke up with you. And I was going to marry Heather. But at the last minute, she told me she lost the baby.
Really?
But I believed her without questioning anything. We postponed the wedding at her request. I stayed by her side the whole time. We're both cut off from each other's parents. I thought I had to protect Heather, even if we didn't have kids. But recently, I found out that it was all a lie.
So you're saying that the miscarriage and the pregnancy in the first place were all lies?
Yeah, that's right. It's all in that bitch's secret account that I stumbled across. She says she didn't want to be number 2 forever. She wanted to kick your ass out and take your number 1 spot. It was all a lie to force us to break up.
She even lied about being pregnant? How obsessive.
I immediately asked Heather about it, and she burst out laughing. She said, "Oh, you finally found out."
That girl.
It's really awful that she trampled on my feelings too. If it weren't for that lie, we wouldn't have broken up. Hey, Nancy, let's start over again. You're the one I love most, and you'll always be the only one for me.
Stop talking rubbish. Even if the pregnancy lie hadn't happened, we would have broken up anyway.
What?
I know you were tricked and I sympathize with you, but you don't have the right to play the victim. Cheating is cheating, whether you're lied to or deceived. Whether it's number 1 or number 2, it doesn't change the fact that you cheated on me.
Yeah, but you're the one I really loved. Please, just start over with me. If you don't, my life will be over. Otherwise, I'll never be able to go back to my parents' house, and I won't be able to take over the company.
What? Company?
We broke up as soon as I found out the pregnancy was a lie. So I moved back to my parents' house, but they still wouldn't forgive me. No matter how much I tried to explain the situation, they just wouldn't let it go. They said they'd never let me take over the company.
You're the company president's son, isn't that right?
It's not that big of a company, but I have nothing left, and the only way I can start my life over is to take over my parents' company. So I cried and got down on my knees and sat on my parents' front porch for 3 days and 3 nights. And they agreed to forgive me on one condition. That was to get married.
To get married?
They said, go find a woman who would marry someone like you. If I could do that, they said I would be spared. A man only becomes a man when he has a family. Then they'll reconsider my heirship.
I see. That's why you want to get back together with me. So you're trying to use me as a tool to take over the company.
Don't be so mean. I'll be the CEO and you'll have all the luxuries. You won't have to take care of the house or anything. All you have to do is to be by my side. I want to make amends for betraying you in my own way.
I'll only accept your feelings. So please, go ahead and ask another woman to marry you.
What?
You don't have to take care of the house, and you can live a luxurious life. I'm sure many women would be attracted to you on those terms.
But no one is interested. It's like I've got a bad reputation in my hometown for messing around with my girlfriend's sister. I've been approaching each and every girl I can think of, but they won't take me seriously. So please, you're all I've got. Will you marry me?
No, thank you. If you can find one in your hometown, go to the other side of the world and look for one. Or you can start over with my lying sister.
Oh, no.
Well then, I'll be off now. Hey, Heather, what is this? Did you get my wedding invitation? When I heard you were getting married, I kind of wanted to get married too. I'll invite you, so please attend the wedding as my sister. No, not that. I want to ask you about the groom. This groom's name can't be a coincidence, can it? Oh, you already noticed that? Actually, I'm getting married to your fiancé. He proposed to me. I was just thinking about stealing your partner again. It's super awesome to get a text from him just at that moment, isn't it? Wait a minute. You were trying to steal my boyfriend from me again? Because it's fun. You have the greatest reaction when something that belongs to you is taken from you. You turn red, cry, get angry, and frustrated. I love to watch your reaction. What a dreadful hobby. I've had my clothes and toys taken and broken in the past. Did you do all of that on purpose? Of course it was on purpose. I pretended to borrow books by mistake, ripped them up, and made a mess out of them. The more important they are, the funnier your reactions are. So that's why you stole Matthew, my ex, away from me too. And next, your fiancé. He's very aggressive, by the way. We haven't actually seen each other yet, but he's so passionate that he proposed to me. You haven't met him yet? Not even once? He told me not to tell you until the last minute. He just happened to see me in a picture at our parents' house. Then, he fell in love with me at first sight and worked hard to get my contact information. I beg your pardon? So, I'm going to get your precious person again. Next time, I'm not just going to steal him away, I'm going to marry him too. The groom is your fiancé. I'll prepare a special seat at the wedding venue for you to get a good view. I got married 2 years ago. What? So he can't marry you. Bigamy is forbidden here. And he's looking so pale next to me. He's shaking, saying he's never met you or even contacted you. He's half crying, saying, "Why am I supposed to marry her?" Wait a minute. What do you mean you got married 2 years ago? Rumor has it you're getting married soon. You even had a dinner meeting with both families just the other day. I don't know where you heard it from, but it's just a rumor. As a matter of fact, it's my husband's brother who's getting married. I did go to the dinner the other night, but I was there as his wife. Is that true? So you were mistaken. You're buying into the rumor mill. So you really married him 2 years ago? But he contacted me directly. From Jack, who was supposed to be your fiancé. He said he fell in love with me at first sight and asked me to marry him. He told me he's breaking off the engagement with you. If you don't believe me, I can send you the text to prove it. I think you're wrong about that too. What? It's just like believing rumors. I wonder if the sender of that text is really my husband, Jack. You can change your profile name, so it's pretty easy to impersonate someone. Impersonating someone? No, that can't be true. Besides, you've never met him yet, have you? How can you believe a text from someone like that to be really that person? Wait. I'm getting scared all of a sudden. If this is a fake account, who the hell is this guy? How would I know? Ask him directly. This sucks. It was Matthew. He pretended to be your husband and texted me. What? Matthew was the culprit? I seriously don't get it. What the hell does he want? I was so happy to send the marriage certificate. I was feeling so good about stealing from you again. But that stupid guy ruined it. Wait a minute. What do you mean you sent the marriage certificate? He asked me to do it. He asked me to send it in advance so that we can get married as soon as possible. So, I rushed to the city office and signed the marriage certificate. And I spent money to send it by express mail. It really pisses me off that it's all for nothing. Oh no. It's all over for you now. What? What do you mean it's over? You'd better check with the city office right away. It might be that you and Matthew got married. Huh? Why? What do you mean? Just go check first. We'll talk about it later. Heather told me about you. She said you're the impersonator.
Thanks to you, I'm going to be able to take over the company without a hitch. Thanks for the nice advice.
Huh?
You told me to start over with your sister. That's how I came up with the idea. If all the local girls in Nancy reject me, then I should just marry Heather. But she's been ignoring all my calls since we broke up. So I thought I should pretend to be your fiancé.
And get the marriage certificate in the process. That's a pretty smart plan coming from you.
The marriage certificate was accepted without any trouble, and now my family's conditions are fulfilled. I can take over the company and start over as the next president.
Don't you care about Heather, who was deceived?
Huh? She set me up too, so I guess we're even now.
Oh, I see. Then let me tell you something. I've been married for 2 years.
Oh, really?
So let's be happy in our own homes. I wish you and Heather a long and happy life together. Sis, what should I do? I'm married to Matthew. It's already been accepted, so I can't even withdraw it. If it's a forgery, you would be able to do something, but it's in your handwriting. It might be difficult to withdraw it now. And Matthew, he's terrible. He hasn't even apologized for tricking me. He said we're even now and that I should just shut up and follow him. There's no way I'm going to live with Matthew at his parents' house. But now you're going to be the next president's wife. he'll be able to live a luxurious life. What luxurious life? He said he'll only give me an allowance of $100 a month. And since I'm living with them, when his parents get old and need care, I'm supposed to take care of everything. I absolutely hate this kind of life.
Oh my. Matthew, he's so strict with you. He told me I didn't have to take care of anything at home if I married him.
He's still mad at me for lying about the pregnancy. He said he didn't love me at all, and that this marriage was to take over his family's company. He has no love for me at all, so tells me not to get the wrong idea. A marriage like this is so sad.
Oh my.
Please, sis, can you please help me? I want to get a divorce and run away right now.
You think I'd hear your request? Our relationship has been broken for a long time now.
I apologize for everything I've done. I'm really sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. Looking back, I think I was just jealous of you. You had a lot of friends, you were a good student, and also a good athlete. I envied you so much that I did terrible things to you. But I won't do it again, so please forgive me.
Absolutely not.
Oh no.
What you just said makes me hate you even more.
I have always cherished my friendships
and put in a lot of effort in my studies and athletics to become better at it. But you never fixed your selfishness. And you gave up on your studies and sports because they were too much work for you. You asked me to forgive you because you were jealous? How can I forgive you for that?
I'm sorry, but I'm truly sorry from the bottom of my heart.
Enjoy the hell of married life. Oh, and of course, I won't give my sister, whom I've insulated myself from, a congratulatory gift. Well then, take care. Matthew returned to his parents' house with Heather. But his parents were furious, saying, "You can't marry a girl like that of all people. Your bad deeds are known to our business partners. If they find out that the next president of the company is a couple who stole from others, the company will lose credibility and go out of business." They were kicked out of the house. Matthew protested desperately, saying that's not the deal. But all the employees of the company came together and declared, "I can't have such a person as the next president. Can you take responsibility for the lives of all employees when the company goes bankrupt?" They had no choice but to leave in a rush. Heather was unable to escape from Matthew. The couple is now working part-time jobs to make ends meet. They are living a quiet married life without talking to each other.